Oh,
There we're good.
the YouTube channel is not showing it.
Yep, we're good. Awesome. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Region 1 Student Professional Development Committee's first Google broadcast. Thank you all for taking the time out of your day to join us during this exciting first webinar slash Google broadcast slash YouTube broadcast, whatever you want to call it. I'm your host, Zach Watson, coming to you from University of New Hampshire, and we also have some special guests here that are going to chime in and talk about today's topic. Today's topic is going to be a webinar covering the regional conference during some exciting first webinar slash potential things that are going to be happening at the conference that'll be good for you to be aware of, and then also just people to meet, and just hopefully you'll know us, and if it's your first time going, you can find us there and you'll be able to talk to us at the conference. Big thank you to everybody that will be talking today, as well as to Kevin and Rochelle, who have put in a lot of work planning this. So thank you very much to both of them, as well as Earl Cabellin and Megan Sylvie, who is our Region 1 Director and our Region 1 State Student Leader for all their help. So without further ado, we will introduce our panel today, and I'll start. My name is Zach Watson. I'm the Coordinator of Intramural Sports and Special Events at the University of New Hampshire.
Hi, my name is Kevin George. I'm the Assistant Director of Intramural Sports and Facilities Operations at the Recreation Center at Rowan University.
My name is Rochelle Harvey. I'm the Aquatics Coordinator and Facility Supervisor at American University.
Hi, my name is Sarah Sturzo. I'm a senior at the University of New Hampshire, and I'm the New Hampshire, Maine, and Vermont State Student Leader.
Hi everyone, my name is Caitlin Scheck, and I'm from Delaware State University. I'm the Graduate Assistant there for Membership Services and Administrative Assistance.
And I'm Rustin McNiff. I'm the Graduate Assistant for Facilities and Special Events at SUNY, the College at Brockport, and I'm also the New York State Student Leader.
Fantastic. Thank you, guys. One quick plug for future broadcasts. We are going to be having a broadcast in January and another one in March. So the one in January, as jobs start coming open, whether it be GAs or whether it be for professional staff jobs, whatever it is that you're looking for, we're going to have a webinar just talking about different things about the whole interview process and the job application process. So all the information for that will be sent out here within the next month or so, but that'll definitely be exciting. And the one in March, it'll be a couple weeks before the NERSA annual conference, and we'll touch on the NERSA annual conference and kind of how it differs from the regional conference and what to expect there. As always, thank you to NERSA, Leaders in Collegiate Recreation, for making this possible and to bring us all together here to talk about campus recreation. Before we get started with talking about our topics and asking questions, we're going to ask a couple of our committee members to give us their campus rec story and where they came from. So we're going to start with Rochelle Harvey.
So I started off at Portland State University, and I have always been a lifeguard. So I started off lifeguarding, teaching swimming lessons, coaching the swim team. I played club water polo, so I got sucked into the whole sport club world. And then I quickly became a facility supervisor. My senior year, all three of my bosses kind of conspired against me and decided that I was going to go to grad school and be a GA. So I went to my first NERSA annual in Tampa 2011 and decided I'd never been to Texas, and that seemed like a great place to go for my GA. So I went to Texas State University, was the GA in aquatics and safety, and started at American University May of 2014.
Great. So for me, my name's Sarah. I was working at the dining hall, and which was pretty glamorous. I worked with salad and did all that fun stuff. And I actually am a sport management major. So I didn't really think of recreation as a path for me. I didn't even really know it existed. I just knew that the facilities at UNH was a job and that kind of thing. So my mom pushed me to apply for a job with sport clubs over at UNH, and I reluctantly did it, and I've loved it ever since. And I did that my freshman year, and I've worked here the last 3 years, and I've worked my way up to a senior program assistant, and I get to do more logistics with our club teams now, and I've really greatly enjoyed it. And I'm hoping to this year be looking for GAs and kind of going in that process, so I'm learning a lot as I go along.
Awesome. Thank you, Rochelle and Sarah. Just a couple more pieces of information before we get started. If you have a question for us as we're talking, and if something pops up that you want to know more about, or there is just a question that you want to ask the group or want to ask one of us specifically, feel free to go on the YouTube page and send in a comment on the YouTube page. We will get to those after we answer and go through some of these topics. So ask us, we will answer. We're always here ready to go to answer any questions that you guys may have. This broadcast will also be available on repeat on YouTube. It'll stay on our NERSA Region 1 channel. So if you're watching and you know somebody that was like, hey, this would be really good for them, this is their first time going to the conference, or they're still not sure if they're going to be going to the conference, definitely send this along to them, and this will be available for them to watch as well. So without further ado, let's get started with some questions. And we're going to start, once again, with Rochelle Harvey. Rochelle, why is it important for students to invest in attending the regional conference, and how can attending the Student Lead-On be valuable for somebody that's been around the block and been to some conferences, and a new student? Rochelle, real quick, we cannot hear you right now. All right. Still can't hear you, Rochelle. That's okay. We'll have Kevin. Would you mind answering this question? Kevin, you're also muted.
So the conference is very valuable for our students to be able to kind of get a opportunity to see NERSA in a smaller state than the NERSA annual conference. So it's really a great opportunity for us to show our students in a smaller scale what NERSA is about. And the regional conference is a great opportunity in your region to meet people, great individuals, professional staff, and GAs. And it's also an opportunity to meet other students from other institutions. The Lead-On specifically was a great opportunity, as it's free for any student that registers, and you can meet professionals and students there, as well as for you to learn more about NERSA. There are some different tracks where new students can go to some tracks and learn more what NERSA is and how it can benefit them, as well as for those that are maybe looking for graduate assistantships or need some help in their career development. We do have some great sessions. And we're really looking forward to those that go to the Region 1 conference this year in Riverhead, New York. And you know, we really think that you'll get a lot out of it, whether you're a seasoned veteran, as Zach said, or if you're somebody that is brand new to NERSA. Just getting outside your comfort zone and going to a conference, everyone's going to be supportive there. We're always looking forward to meeting new people, and we really value letting people learn the awesome things about NERSA and what campus recreation is.
Awesome. Thank you, Kevin. Sarah, can you explain the vast networking opportunities at the Region 1 conference and why getting outside of your comfort zone to meet new people can help your career opportunities?
I think it kind of goes off of what Kevin just said about how everyone really wants to help you in NERSA, and the opportunities there are to improve yourself and to take home transferable skills is incredible. It's a whole world of people and professionals and students who just want to work with you to help you learn more and to learn more as well. So that's one thing that I definitely noticed when I went to my first conference last year. It's just an incredible atmosphere and vibe. And getting outside your comfort zone is something that's always been difficult for me. I would consider myself someone who's quiet, a little bit of a laid-back leader. It's hard for me to publicly speak and to get outside of my comfort zone. So one of the things that NERSA has given me is confidence in myself and the ability to try new things and not worry about doing the wrong thing, because there are people there who are ready to help me out. So those are some takeaways from that, definitely. And I definitely think that if you're looking to just improve yourself and improve here and there, going to a NERSA conference can definitely help you with that.
Awesome. Thank you, Sarah.
Okay, Caitlin, you for those that plan on attending the conference, can you review the opportunities to volunteer and how that can be invaluable to not only getting great experiences, but how also the power of giving back is so valuable to people?
Yeah, definitely. So volunteering itself has many benefits. For one, we can support our NERSA organization with helping the whole entire conference and the expo running smoother, and also making sure everyone who attends is having an enjoyable experience. And that's what's going to make our association stronger, is when we have great people working for us and making sure that we have great experiences, because that's what keeps people coming back. Also, you're going to be able to meet leaders of the profession. You'll be able to ask them questions. You'll be able to network with them, and you'll be able to grow as a leader, pretty much. These networking opportunities, you'll be able to spark up conversations and maybe not necessarily land you a job, an internship, or a graduate assistant position somewhere, but it could also feed you information about what other universities are doing and how you can bring that back to your own university and improve your department from there. Also, from volunteering, you'll become more educated, as from what I just said, or also from attending the different rooms that will have the educational sessions in it, and you'll also be able to grow your professional portfolio. A couple of volunteering events that NERSA offers is you can volunteer at the registration table. We have a recreational sports exposition. There's a foundation booth. There's a t-shirt competition that we have, a fun run. There's a career opportunity center, and there's an educational session. You can be a session monitor there. Another thing that NERSA also offers at the conference is community service. So last year at the Grapevine, Texas, NERSA partnered with GRACE, which is the Grapevine Relief and Community Exchange, and that's a nonprofit release agency which provides food, clothing, financial assistance, and other necessities to people who are struggling with low income or who have been through life-changing events. So pretty much to answer the last question, I think the power of giving back to others just enriches the meaning of life. So when you give back to others, it opens life for them, but it also opens a different part of life for yourself.
Great. Thank you so much, Caitlin. And it's really important to know that the annual conference has a lot more volunteer opportunities, but the regional conference also has some great opportunities. There is no career expo available, a career opportunity center at the regional conference, but I'm sure they're always looking for help from our students that want to attend the conference in Riverhead. So if you have any aspirations to help out of the conference, please email the committee members for the NERSA Region 1 conference. Thank you, Caitlin.
Awesome, great stuff. Thanks, guys. We're going to go to Rustin now. And Rustin, why is it important to take advantage of the social opportunities? And also, you know, knowing as far as that it's also a conference as well.
Yeah, so I'm really excited that we're talking about this because this is going to be the third conference that I've went to coming up for the regional, and it's something that's not talked about very often. You talk with your pro staff about what sessions you should go to or what you should really do during the day to learn, and to me, it was something I didn't really know about. And one piece of advice I'd kind of give everybody is the social can be just as meaningful or even more meaningful than attending a session. Sessions kind of give you the tools to really be good at your job and really improve on your job, and the social just gives you an opportunity to really show your personality. So kind of both sides of the coin there. I'll kind of give a quick story here about experience I went through at a social, and at the annual conference in Dallas last year, I interviewed for a spot, and I thought I could have improved a lot, and there was a lot of places I could have done better in. But then that night, I went to the social and just talking to somebody, and the guy who interviewed me came up, and we got to talking about the sporting event that was on that night, and we had a really good conversation, and just it was person to person. One thing a lot of people forget is that when you're being hired for your skills, but also your personality, and really let it show through. We all have this interview mode where we can answer the questions, to a T and like, a textbook answer, and everything's done so well. But you really have to show your personality and sell yourself. So the social is a great opportunity to really, just be yourself and show who you are. And kind of the last thing I'll say here, and to answer the last part of the question, is, you are at a professional conference and you're considered a professional when you're here. You only have one chance to make a first impression. So, just keep that in mind when you're going through the evening. And don't be scared to talk to anybody that you see. And we're all cut from the same mold, and as everybody's kind of talked about earlier, we're all recreation people, so we all have something in common to talk about. So.
Excellent. Thank you, Rustin.
All right, Zach, we wanted to ask you a question as a young professional. Can you tell us about how the conference provides numerous career development opportunities and how valuable it is to get early practice with all those career things such as resumes and interviews and best practices to get a GA?
Absolutely. So the annual conference does a really good job of getting you in the mind of set of employers, and having the Career Opportunity Center where you can put you can contact people if you're looking to hire or if you're looking to get jobs. At the same time, the regional conference does a really, really good job of providing a place for the career development as far as things like resumes, mock interviews, and just overall networking. It's more of a tight-knit conference with usually around 300 people there. And it's definitely something that is definitely more open, and people are always willing to help out students and anyone that wants to take a look at their resume or anything like that. So resume is huge just because it's the first thing people see. So we always say you want to give off a great first impression, right? Well, the resume really is a first impression. So you want to make sure that it has everything on there that's going to represent you in the best light. There's any professional staff member or anybody that's out there that is a leader in NERSA or just is has a professional staff position at their institution. If you go up and start talking to them and you say, hey, I'm looking for a job this year, would you mind taking a look at my resume? Everybody will always be willing to do that. If you attend the lead-on will also have a resume portion of it where people are going to go over your resume and just kind of give you a few tips and hopefully a few things that will streamline that and make sure that you're putting your best foot forward out there. The second thing is mock interviews. You think that, hey, I've done some interviews before, I'm always prepared. There's always going to be some kind of curveball question or something that you're not prepared for. And the only way to get better at it is to practice, practice, practice. With mock interviews, I know regional conferences sometimes have mock interview portions, especially at the lead-on, and it's definitely something that is going to be beneficial for you just to get as much practice as possible. If you think you interviewed and became a supervisor at your school, doing a GA interview over Skype or over Google Hangout, whatever it may be, is a next step. And then from there, applying for a professional position and going on campus somewhere, they're just very different things that you always want to be prepared for. So all campus resources have a mock interview or somewhere that will help you out with their interview skills, as well as these regional conferences. So I'd definitely take advantage of those. And the last thing is kind of going with the networking. If you have a business card, bring it. It's okay to just hand out business cards. And the other thing is, if you get somebody's business card back there, you have a great conversation with them. If you just talk to them for 15, 20 minutes, get their business card back, contact them that next week. Send them a quick email. Just say, hey, it was great talking to you at the conference. I really enjoyed talking about whatever it is that you guys connected over. And from there, you'll be able to potentially have another connection in the region when you go to a conference the next time, or maybe even if you're applying for a job, you'll already have that connection. Your face and name will already be in their minds. So regional conferences really provide a lot of those development opportunities for potentially going on in your career, whether you're a sophomore and you're not looking for another 2 years, or if you're a senior and you're a second-year grad student looking this year.
Great, thank you so much, Zach. I think it's I think it's really invaluable to know that campus recreation resumes are sometimes different than like business resumes, and so sometimes knowing that information can be very valuable. That sometimes you can have more than a one-page resume for NERSA and career opportunities in there.
Excellent. Okay, Rochelle, can we hear you? I think that's a no. Unfortunately, that's okay. We'll have Rustin. Would you mind answering the next question?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So, Rustin, why is it important to attend various conference sessions in your area of specialization, but also other sessions?
Yeah, so I'll kind of give a quick story. I was a student supervisor for intramurals as an undergraduate, and when I went to my first conference, I thought I just got to go to intramural stuff. And you do learn a lot of things, like I kind of alluded to earlier. You get a lot of tools from going to these sessions, whether it be some assessment pieces. I know in higher education we're all about assessment, so learning those skills is huge, but also branching out and learning other things as well. Not every school out there is a huge school of 10, 20,000. Some schools are smaller and have maybe 2,000, 3,000 students at it. And if you're looking to be a GA or enter the world as a professional staff member, if you're going out there, you've got to make sure you're learning all the tools that you can. I actually went to a lot of sessions on risk management. It's something that's applicable to all areas, and ended up working with a smaller school, and I have my hand in multiple pots right now, and having went to multiple sessions really gave me some tools to help me out when I started. Yeah.
Excellent. Thanks, Rustin. And we're going to go to Kevin for this question. Kevin, why is it important to take the time to pay it forward and give back to NERSA? What are some ways that students can do that?
Yeah, I think first of all with NERSA, if you're not familiar with NERSA, is that it's just such a valuable network of professionals and students that just care passionately about campus recreation, whatever area you're in. And all the people that are in NERSA have gotten there in some capacity through mentorship and leaderships that somebody has helped them along the way. And that's really important, that when you have been helped, I think it's important then find ways for you to help other people. And that's really important for NERSA because their mission statement says that we're creating future leaders. And I think the only way we can do that is to pay it forward and really make yourself available. So when you're on your campus, or if you go to a conference or a flag football tournament, get outside your comfort zone and meet people. And you never know where you can spark a relationship that can really help you drive you forward in your career development. But also when you get to your position, I know our student panel here, I'm sure they all had help get into their position. They're also looking at opportunities to pay it forward and reach out to mentor other people. But it's really important that there are so many leadership positions available through the NERSA, whether you want to be on a committee. They do have student spots available for any committees based on areas of specialization. There are various interests and available work teams and committees that we want student input. We can't just assume that we know what students want to do if we've been in the professional field for several years. Secondly, it's important that you take advantage of opportunities just at small scale. We're looking for engagement coordinators for every campus, so that person can coordinate with the state leaders and really communicate, provide feedback on what students want for the NERSA students on your campus. And it doesn't have to be going for the NERSA student leader position. That is something that is a great position, but it is going to have some time commitment. But our state leaders and our regional leaders also, it's all about them making the time available to help other people that are through the NERSA, and it's really great that they're getting a great experience. They're not only doing great things through their own campus recreation programs, but on their resume and through their experiences, they can say, I took extra time to work together with the other state leaders or the regional leader or the NERSA leader to promote everything we can to better NERSA for the students. So it's all about inspiring somebody and helping out and knowing that you internally feel good about yourself, saying that I took the time to make things better than it was whenever I first got here. So we know NERSA is all about growing and developing, and servant leadership is very important to NERSA. And even the professionals, we're always going to make the time for you. The NERSA annual conference always has take a student to lunch. So people that go to that, if you skip that, you're really missing an awesome opportunity to meet somebody that could be invaluable in your career development. And you never know it. It could be a both way. I know as a professional, I meet students and I'm just inspired. I learn so much from them. Maybe they're using new technology. They're doing something that's just drastically different that we do on our campus. So it's a two-way relationship when we have that mentorship and opportunities. And like I said, there's always opportunities to learn more about NERSA by being involved in committees, workshops, or running as a state leader or a regional leader. So we're always looking for good people. We'll guide you along the way. We always have mentors available. The regional, Erica Bedlin is guiding Megan Sylvie right now, and we have that relationship. But we have state professionals that are guiding our student professionals, and we work together to make sure that NERSA is going to be, as a great opportunity for everybody and continue to benefit from their NERSA membership.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Kevin.
So we do have one question that we want to review. So one of the questions was, Sarah, can you kind of tell me if a student says they can't afford to go to a conference from a financial standpoint, are there any strategies or recommendations that you guys have seen to pay for a conference out of the pocket?
Yeah, so I actually received a NERSA contingency fund scholarship for this year, and it's a scholarship that can go towards that students can apply for, and it can go towards your travel, your hotel expenses, food, and your registration costs. So it actually does go a really long way, and NERSA gives you a lot of opportunities to get scholarships and to apply for them. So they definitely are there and they are existent, so definitely try to use them. It helps out a lot. But one other thing you can do is look into your university and talk to people above you and your friends and coworkers to see if your university offers any opportunities for you to work off the costs and to get money for student development and going to these conferences. Because I know UNH, I didn't know they did this, but I've gotten to work for Adult Flag and work youth camps at UNH for free to work off the costs of the annual and the regional conferences the last 2 years. So there are opportunities here, and I'm sure there are opportunities at other schools. You just need to ask.
Yeah, I know at Rowan University we actually have a SGA club. So some schools have student officials associations that can help offset maybe some costs for student development. But at Rowan University, we have a club called RERSA, Rowan Intramural Recreational Sports Association, and it's an SGA club just like any other club, and they do get a budget. There are some requirements on service and fundraising and some other things, but it's nice that they get a pool of money from the university for their student development and campus recreation. So you may not have that now, but you can maybe pay it forward and look at creating something. But as Sarah said, don't be afraid to ask. Number one is that we don't expect every student to have enough money to go to the conference and fully pay for those costs. You never know. A professor that is something relevant in sports management, exercise science, they may have an allotment of money that can be available for students that are interested in a career development in the field. And so it's always important to ask. We don't want to ever say no to a student that wants to go. Also, with the scholarships, the NERSA is offering other scholarships for the annual conference, so please look out for those. The deadline's in November. There are several scholarships available for the NERSA annual conference, so please, if you want to apply for it, tell your friends that are in NERSA to apply for it, because we want to give it to reward it to somebody that is deserving, but you need to take the time to apply for that.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. And before we wrap up the webinar, I wanted to give a chance to have a couple more people tell their NERSA stories and their background, just so you can get to know them a little bit more. So we're going to start with Caitlin.
Hi, thank you. So originally, my undergrad, I went to Delaware State University for food and nutritional sciences, and I had the passion driven that I was going to be a dietitian. So after I graduated, I played my 4 years of soccer here, and I grew up playing sports, so that was something that I always loved to do. I also worked in the Wellness and Recreation Center here on campus. However, it was for a different department. It was for a school's nutritionist, and obviously being in the building of Wellness and Recreation, we collabed with a lot of events that happened on campus. So I started working with a bunch of the people who work for the Wellness and Recreation department, and I really liked it. And then right before I graduated, I was told that they're opening up a graduate assistant position and that I would be perfect for it. So I applied. I ended up getting it, and I was never in any sports management classes. I never done any sport and recreational type development stuff, so this was all new to me. So after being here for a year now, I've really grown to like what I'm doing, and I really love the whole aspect of developing people through sports and just different type of development activities that we can do here.
Awesome. Thank you, Caitlin. We're going to go right over to Rustin.
All right. So I actually came to school originally to I want to be a police officer, and so two very different things. But when I came here, I had a similar story as a lot of people. Is they get to see what you can learn through recreation, and coming to work every day was a lot of fun. So I just pushed and pushed, and I got lucky enough that our school opened up a new facility, and they were hiring more students than before. So I was hired as an intramural referee, and I refed for maybe about 3 months, and a student supervisor position opened. As someone who is just relatively new to the program, I thought I'll apply for it just to get some experience with interviewing, and what's the worst that can happen? They offer me it, and or they don't offer me it. So ended up going forward. I was offered the position, and I spent 2 years as the intramural and club sport student supervisor, and so I got a lot of great experiences out of it, and it just really made me fall in love with the recreation field. Ended up doing a couple internships at different schools and kind of getting some experience in the facility and special event planning field. And looking for GAs, I went to the annual conference, met a lot of people, and one thing I'll kind of tell everybody now is if you're going to go to a conference, just you're only going to get out of it what you put into it. So have a positive mindset when you're going there. And so I applied for GA positions, ended up getting one here at my school at SUNY Brockport, stayed here, worked for the student activities office last year, working with students, clubs, and orgs. And then I was lucky enough to come back to the campus recreation department and be in the position I am now.
All right. Thank you, Rustin. Quick update from Rochelle, who is having technical difficulties over there, but she says that she apologizes for not being able to speak, and she looks forward to seeing everyone and talking to them at Region 1 and the student lead-on. So I got you, Rochelle. Some exciting news. For those of you that participated in today's broadcast, anybody watching, please, if you have not registered for the conference, and after this you're saying, okay, I want to go to the regional conference, the early bird deadline has passed. However, if you do decide I want to go to the conference now, send me an email. My email is Zachary, ZACHARY, .Watson, WATSON, @UNH.edu. You can also find that on our UNH Campus Rec webpage, and we will still be able to get you the early bird price if you'd like to sign up for that. So that being said, send me an email if you still want to go and you're not 100%. If you weren't 100% sure, but now you want to go, send me an email, and we can definitely get you that early bird price. Last thank yous to Caitlin, Rochelle, Kevin, Rustin, and Sarah. They are all awesome people. They will all be at the conference, so if you see any of them, please stop them and say hello. They will definitely be able to talk to you, and I know hopefully you've heard some of their stories and something that they said interested you and are thinking, hey, I could potentially go that route. Definitely talk to them about that. Also, another thank you to Earl and Megan Sylvie for all their support and all their help in really getting this marketed and getting this webinar out there. And last but not least, the January and March webinars. Please join us for that. We are going to be able to have some cool webinars. Hopefully many of the same people will be on there, as well as a few other special guests. So you will be getting more information about that. So again, thank you guys very much. We all look forward to seeing you at the conference. And until then, thank you for taking the time out of your day, and we will see you in Riverhead. Bye.